Well, hey folks, Species7 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to No Man's Land. Yeah, middle of the day, not a bad one, a little bit cloudy, but we do have work to do. Let's get these guys caught. Do hope everyone's having a excellent weekend, or had an excellent weekend, I guess. I'm recording this on Sunday, but I don't imagine you'll see it till Monday. So, what are we up to? Well, about as much as the chickens, which is to say not near enough, not near quick enough. Yeah, they're still on this, and it won't tell me how much is in the box. Alright, this is... Right, we gotta wait another day, and then we convert that. But we were working a little further up the road here. And the grass and the kind of undergrowth stuff is so thick out here. I mean, it wouldn't be bad if it was like this, but there's so much of this sort of thing, and then even more so this sort of thing, that I don't know where the stumps are. Every time I'd go in to look for a stump, I'd end up just cutting down another tree. Now, I found one there when I was plowing, but, yeah, it's just so hit or miss. Everything is kind of... Yeah. There may well be entire logs out here still, too. So, I figure about the only way I'm going to manage is if I do, Oh, see, there's a stump way down the middle of that bush. You know? So, yeah, they weren't easy to find. So we got our little stack of wood there. It's probably not going to add up to much, but we will deal with it in a little while here. You know. There's probably a few laying out there. And I've got my starter line. So, I'm thinking this is going to be our potato field. I guess I could get a little closer to the edge, eh? Maybe to about here. Yeah, let's do that. Of course, it's the last thing. Away it goes. Alright. So if you enjoy what you see here today, maybe consider hitting that like button, and maybe subscribing if you haven't already. And I do have a Patreon channel with a link down in the description below. So, yeah, hope I earn a like or a subscription from you today. Okay, let's, are we still on a position to create the fields? Lower plow. Hello? No, we're not. Okie dokie. Let's allow that then. Because it's not doing as much good if we're not creating a field. Now, I just got to watch this edge. I don't want to end up in that position again where it says, no, you don't own this because part of your implement is over the line. So I think we'll go to there. Okay. Yes, indeed. Go to there. Just getting into a little bit of the hill, too, eh? Alright, I'm going to have to launch the drone for this one. I just want to figure out where I'm roughly squarish. Yeah, and that certainly would not be it. That was about as far from square as I could get, and still, it is kind of... I mean, it's probably reasonably... Well, not quite either, right? That's about reasonably square to the whole project. So... From this height, I can actually see a little bit of a line. See how everything's laid out there? Not the clearest thing in the world, but it's a little bit of a line. And again, I'm going to run down to fairly close to the end of our property if I can. Yeah, about there. Good stuff. Now, can we cheese approximately 90 to here as well? Well, it looks pretty close, eh? Okay. Let's jump back in. Okay. And head for the road. Awesome. I don't think there were any trees quite this far out. I came in pretty close to the road, but I don't want to actually, of course, cut into it, so we'll have to be careful. It should be probably about where I came the last time. This is going to be a decent-sized field. I mean, especially for root crops, they're not exactly small producers. They may be small value, but hopefully we're going to put in enough plus value bits to them to make them worth our time and efforts here. Okay. Now, as long as we stay relatively close to the road, we should be okay. Usually it'll rip these bushes right out if you hit the right part of them with the plow. There we go. Beautiful, we did. Alright, let's keep trying to stay a wee bit parallel. Yeah. We'll trim it up, make it look pretty. After. There we go. So there is the rough outline of our field. Okay, that's not too shabby, you know? Not too shabby. Well, we went a little bit loopular with that one, so let's just straighten this edge a bit. Now, obviously that road is not laid out 90 degrees, so we can't count on it as being a straight edge, but that should do it. Okay, now it's just a matter of clearing out all the stuff in between. Lovely. And, like I said, finding stumps and logs. I don't think there's any down at this end. I don't think I needed to log this far. I think this was clear. Of course, I think a lot of things, and they turn out to be just a freaking fairy tale. So who knows? I mean, you know, who knows? In the groove we get. Oh. Yeah. Oh, well. I'll run to the end anyway. We've got the plow around the wrong way. We're not really doing too much here. That's okay. That's okay. Good news is, as long as we continue in this direction, we'll always have it round the wrong way. Yeah, that didn't make things much better, did it? No. Alright. So. Let's see if we can't do it the right way. We will. Stick out a wee wheel in a groove. There we go. Whoop. Pick a gear. That's a good gear to pick. Yes, that looks a little better. Okay. Because, yeah, there are various potato washing things from the global company script. I figure it's fairly safe to stay within the realm of that particular group as far as our additions go. And they're reasonably priced, which, of course, appeals to a certain part of... Well, now, if the original line had been straight, that would have worked great, because I did stay in the groove all the way. No big deal. We'll just take a wee poodle on back this way. Oh. No, I guess that's just a tire track. That is plowed, so let's drop this down. Quit being silly. Get this part done. Gives us a nice end. There we go. That's better. No. Nope, that's the wrong way around again. How do I keep getting everything backwards? Man. Well, I guess, see, if you can't flip it, I guess what you're supposed to be doing here is your next row would come back up the other edge of the field. Right? Yeah, that puts the plow on the right end. So, if we pick a row here, now I do have that stump, eh? I may have to deal with that sooner than later, along with any others we come across, of course. Alright. Get back in the groove, dude. Okay, we missed it, but we will have to clear that out, because obviously I'm going to have to go over it again. And we will be watching ahead of us to make sure we don't find another one. Okay, now we're going to have to come back over this bit, but at least it'll square it off. There we are, just like we did on the other side. You down? Okay. Took a little while. Okay. No, wait till I find another stump or two before I go and switch up for the stump grinder, I think. I think so. I think what we'll do is fatten this edge up. Yeah, it's a pretty thin strip, so let's do that. There we go, it's about right. She's struggling a little bit. You're revving up and down. Yeah. Nice. Alright. Alrighty. Oh, we've actually got a bit of a headland. Let's get this done. Everything should be fairly straightforward and smooth now. There's still not very much headland in that. We're still poking the end of the plow off the edge. So, get the tire in the groove. Come on, stay in there. Should be a perfect straight groove here from the last time. As long as I stay in it, we should create another one. That's the theory, anyway. Yeah. Hopefully we'll knock a couple more of these big shrubbies out of the way as well. No, not quite. Not this time, eh? Okay. There we are. Sure it's all the way through. No, I think this time I'll run a headland back this way and fatten this up so it's wide enough for our plow. Hearing voices outside. 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Well, this isn't going to be quite as easy, because there's no real line here. It's dialed diagonally, or diagonally, or whatever the heck it's called. So, let's See if we can't sweep out some of this stuff. Well, there we go. Now they're running the right way. Didn't have that luxury a moment ago. Okay. This should get rid of these bushes. Yes. Now we've got a field by guppies. Alright. Get to grow. Now we do have room on the other side of the road as well to put in a field or two when we get to it. But I think once we get this in, it's probably going to keep us busy. So we need to get some logs cut as well. So we'll do that on the other side of the road, and that'll help us. I think I'm a groove over further than I need to be. That'll help us twofold. It'll get us some logs, and it'll get us some new field area cleared. So once we get this all in and done, that'll sort of be the next project. Yeah, I think there's some logs well hidden in there. Okay, now do we have a line I can use? We do not. We don't. We still don't. Okay, that's great. Sip of coffee before it gets disgusting cold again. Okay, why did that tuft stay there? Is that a stump? Or... weird. That's just some of that stuff that just ain't gonna go away, is it? Let's try back plowing in here. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. I guess we're gonna have some of that to deal with. Well, it's the first one I've run across so far on this field. Hopefully we don't find too much of it. Like, I hope not every place I see one of these ferns I'm gonna run into that, that's for sure. That would be disturbing. Because there's lots of them. Lots of them indeed. Nope, that one disappeared right away. So it's not the ferns. Yeah. So far, so good. Awesome. Oh, there's a stump. See that? Right at the edge. Alright, well that's two that I know of then. Let's see what else we run across. Haven't found any random stray logs yet. I suppose that's a good thing. Alright. Take it out, take it out. Oh, it did, yes. Good stuff. That's what I like to see. Awesome. That is just awesome. Can you imagine if you could hire a worker for this? You'd go do something else and you'd come back and he'd be way off at some other corner of the map and there'd just be this dark brown line all the way across. I guess they'd stop him, though, as soon as you get off your land. Well, they wouldn't stop him, I suppose, but they wouldn't allow the actual plowage. I suppose other than that, they just allow him to continue to whistle right on until he disappeared. But I don't think they allow workers to create fields, thankfully. Because I'm sure somebody would try. Nice. Okay. Okay, so far the undergrowth is behaving. It seems like some of it, you can see another one poking out there, is just, I don't know, I guess the hitbox is a little off from where the actual plant is, maybe? It almost looks like there's something laying on that big rock over there. It's Simba. Go. Get that front tire in there. Nice even rows. But, yeah, it would, eventually, I suppose, what we'd really like to see for this, especially if they're not going to go through the whole, you know, putting out a brand new iteration, i.e. Farm Sim 21. What I'd really like to see is what we're seeing in SnowRunner and MudRunner, and, well, believe it or not, UIG and their efforts, and that, of course, is terrain deformation, you know? Because I do remember when Ag Sim, which of course was UIG, and their effort at farming simulators, but the terrain deformation was absolutely amazing. You know, everything else was so buggy that it made you want to scream and throw things at your monitor, to the point where the last one that they put out, which I don't remember, was it 16 or something? Yeah, it was so bad that it was basically unplayable for most of the people that purchased it. Yeah, the bugs were just so insidious and horrifying. But that's what I would like to see, is terrain deformation. You know what I mean? So when I drop a wheel in here, I mean, okay, the tractor tilts a bit, right? But that's about all it's doing, you know? And the fact that my plow is not leaving a row that I need to plow into the ground, you know what I mean? Like, for those of you that played the Ag Sim games, you will know what I mean. If you didn't plow properly, oh man, you knew about it. Like, you knew about it, because your field looked like, you know, a 4-year-old had spent the morning running their fingers through a bowl of oatmeal. You know, and the resulting piles and mounds and mess, that was your field. So you actually had to know, like, if you ran a plow the wrong way, you'd end up with 2 great big hillocks down the middle, or, you know, a dent so deep that when you drove your tractor into it, your plow would pull you sideways. And, yeah, that, I think, you know, is really the thing to hope for with this game. You know, the physics are much better than it's been in previous iterations, you know, so far as when you load a pallet onto your bale forks, you've got to be quite the tuna for it to go flinging off. You know, unlike doing missions in 13 where every single corner you went around, your mission pallet would fly off your forks and you'd have to chase it for sometimes almost cartoonish distances when you get right down to it. You know, it would skip off the highway and up a hill and over and down a field, and you know, your little tractor that does 14 kilometers an hour, you're chasing after it as fast as you can. You know, so I mean, a lot of the physics and such, yeah, there's still some wonky stuff, but I'll tell you, Farm Sim isn't the only franchise that's got wonky physics and is known for wonky physics far more than we are. I mean, look at the GTA series, you know? It's... yeah. And yet, you know, it ain't like they're not considered a very successful series. You know, GTA 5 has been out for how long now, and it's still making them more money than they can even count. So... but yeah, I think that would be the step we'd need. You know, we don't need different new maps or, you know, the placeables and all of that. That was a great step on Giant's part to make it that way, so that we can start with blank maps, pretty much. You know, and other than finding a few concrete pads here and there, or, you know, suspiciously flat spots, it works very well. But yeah, that's my thought on it anyway. You know, I'm hoping that if they're going to take a hiatus from creating a whole new game, quote unquote, I know a lot of people feel they haven't done that for years, but yeah, and that's where I'd like to see a lot of efforts go. You know, I mean, they've got enough manufacturers sewed up. They don't worry about chasing licenses, and, you know, like, I mean, we didn't really need John Deere added this year. It was nice that they did. It saved waiting for the modders. But, you know, beyond that, it's, yeah. You know, this tractor's going to do this job as good as any make, fake or real, with the same specs, right? I'm sure for real aficionados of farming that it makes a difference whether you're driving a Massey or a New Holland. But yeah. To me, yeah, I find preferences in some of the body styles and such, but, you know, as long as they're doing the job. This is a pretty big field when you're using a 3-meter plow. I believe it's 3 meters. I could be wrong. Could be. So yeah, we'll do another episode or two here on No Man's, and then we're going to jump back into 17 and go and see what's happening up in the wilds of Kootenai. We may have produced some bumblebees by now. Hopefully. Get that whole thing off and running. Because there is that weird milk production system we're going to have to get a handle on, too, so we can make honey milk. Although I still say, I'm pretty sure the bee mod at one time, it also made like a cereal, like a granola sort of thing. It wasn't called a granola, it was some fancy European name for granola. Whoa, okay. We have found ourselves another stump. Yeah. We'll just get a little bit past it, drop the plow back. There we go. Yes, sirree. Okay. Well, we're finding them now. Man. Well, at least we're not going to have rocks popping underground like we do in 17. Which sucks. I really like that mod. I don't know why. But, yeah, I was quite excited to add that one back in. Excuse me. Another sip of the old morning coffee. Well, actually, this is the third one this morning, I believe. I've been up since 5, so... And usually by 10 a.m. I have to cut myself off of coffee just so I can have that last one in the afternoon that I like about 2:30 or so. I drank a lot of coffee as a younger guy. Man. Far too much. So. But I think, guys, we are rapidly here reaching the close of the episode. So I guess I'm going to have to finish this off camera. Get that done. I do thank you all for supporting the series up to this point, and some of the new games that we've been putting up there lately. You've been jumping in to leave comments and let me know what you think, which is exactly what I like to see. So I do appreciate it. Yeah. That's gotta go. Alright, guys, till next time, do take care of each other. Keep up with the social distancing. We'll get through this. Till next time, ciao for now.